Oh, hello. Welcome back. It's episode 19 of the Mustache Ride podcast. So happy to have you here. I am one of your humble co hosts, the Sherman Cool, not the Sherman Cool. I did that the first time. This is our third take, and I said the Sherman Cool the first time. I'm just jealous, Tooth. I'm
You
jealous.
you will be knighted like the next time that we're together, so I think it's fair. I think it's
Sir
totally
Sherman
fair.
Cool.
Sir Sherman Cool. Yes.
I like the ring of that. That's got a nice ring to it.
Oh yeah.
And of course, next to me is my humble co host, the Dirty Tooth. With three Y's, of course. Don't forget it.
Three Y's. It's really important. Like if you want
Yep.
to get to my channel at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. If that's
But
important to you.
again,
Whatever.
Again, this is episode 19. And so we did skip an episode. So last episode was episode 17. And now we're on 19. That's kind of weird. What happened there, Tooth?
Well, I think partly is we just can't count. I think that's
Mm.
like I was trying to do it on my fingers and then it was too many. I only have
Yeah,
10.
you ran. Huh.
I've lost
I,
count since 10.
oh. Well,
Um
see, the other thing is that we met in real life.
oh yeah,
That
I
happened.
totally forgot about that.
Yeah. And that's,
Just kidding.
we have.
It was so memorable. It was it was
Okay, sure. It was so memorable.
that but all jokes aside, we did record that live episode.
Yes. So
Wait,
episode 18 is still in the works.
we're
It's
live right
being.
now. What's the difference?
Oh yeah, I like live, like touching grass and each other. That kind of live, like
Oh,
in real
gotcha. In real
life.
life. Okay.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
makes a lot more sense now. I was kind of confused.
yeah.
Cool.
And
Okay.
so anyway, episode 18 is being worked on. I'm editing it right now. I'm stitching it together. It's a little scuffed, but it's you guys won't even notice. It worked
No.
out in a way where you won't even notice. And the scuffed parts we're just gonna kind of talk over at the end of the episode. So that'll be a fun thing, but it's not coming out till after episode 19. So we're gonna have a little zigzag here, but I think you guys can hang.
It'll be like our bit rate.
Yeah, apparently. But anyway, for those of you here live, thank you very much for joining us. We record this show live right here at twitch.tv/mustache ride pod twice a month normally when there aren't TwitchCon and events and sicknesses happening.
So much
Um,
stuff.
Speaking of which, I got sick from TwitchCon. I ended up getting COVID. I'm recovering. I'm recovered now. And then unfortunately my wonderful fiance got it. She's got COVID. She's pretty much all better now also. But I was supposed to have a haircut Thursday, literally
Oh.
2 days ago, and I forgot. I forgot about it. And I was going to call and be like, "Hey, probably not a good idea for me to come in. I'm exposed. I don't want to spread it." I was going to be so responsible, and then I didn't. And so I didn't go in. I blew off my hair lady, and I felt so bad. And I got a call that morning from the salon, the shop, and I ignored it. I didn't want to leave the voicemail. I didn't
Oh
know.
no.
I just felt so bad. And I finally read the voicemail, and they were like, "Hey, your hair lady's sick, and she needs to reschedule." And I was like, "Oh,
Oh
no
my
one ever has to
god.
know that I was gonna do that."
Holy crap, what are the chances? The luck
I
of
know.
that, dude.
Yeah.
That's the
So
universe being like, sorry we gave you COVID, but here's this little bone we're gonna throw at you.
yeah, we won't kick
Oh
you
my
while you're
gosh.
down, though. Yeah. So I feel better, but I don't have a haircut, so I'm wearing a hat today. I'm covering up my mop, my rat's nest.
Oh man,
So that's my story.
I need a haircut too. I was like just thinking about it, like how I should have gotten a haircut before I went to TwitchCon. I was like I
Dude.
was like, oh man, that's too much like forward thinking. And then I also got COVID, and so now I
Hmm.
can't get a haircut until I feel better. My fiance, my wife also got COVID,
Hmm.
uh, which I kind of anticipated it, right?
A little bit, right?
I was like, I'm gonna get on like 4 airplanes. I'm gonna go to a country, or like it seems like a different country. I'm gonna go all the way over to California, and then I'm gonna meet thousands of people along the way and not get it. I kind of knew I was gonna get it, but for 1 second, I thought I was immune. And it's
Yeah.
because my wife got it first and I didn't have it. And I was like, I'm immune to
Yeah.
COVID. I'm the one.
I'm a
Nope.
superhero now. Yeah.
Nope, that is not true. I got it like on Friday. I started like feeling bad, and then I woke up Saturday afternoon. So
And
that was rough.
you woke up. That's a good start,
I did wake up,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can't complain too much, but
I'm
from what you told me, Saturday was a pretty rough day for you, right?
oh yeah,
And
I've never slept so much in my whole life.
nice.
At least I feel that way.
Well, you might not feel the best. I know you're pretty much recovered now, but you do look good wearing that shirt. You want to show
Hey,
off that shirt for us? Because
I
I just need
do.
to see it. I need to see it.
The new Molar Mafia merch. So I have this one. This is the Toothagachi.
Toothagachi. Yes.
Here it is right there. And
I
then we
love it.
have the Molar Mafia line as well. So it has the little mustache on it, of course. And then we have the Molar Mafia. So
Yes.
this is coming real soon. We're gonna have hoodies, t-shirts, hats, all sorts of things. And so I'm excited to launch it. I'm still working on a few things. But when that drops, everybody will know because I will tell people on Twitter and other places, but mostly on Twitter.
Cool. How exciting. I'm gonna have to pick me
Yeah.
up one of them shirts.
I know. Oh no, I showed it on the last stream, but I got some SMC merch while I was at TwitchCon.
Oh
And some
yeah.
Zubat 5 merch, which I'll be showing off periodically on my streams. So you guys can see how cool their stuff is too.
Yeah, and hopefully episode 18 when we release it probably next weekend. Yeah, hopefully you'll be seeing at least one picture of the SMC
Yes.
merch I was able to get to Tooth in real life.
How
So
cool is
exciting.
that? Dude, you guys were
Yeah,
so awesome. I was so surprised about everything.
likewise. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a good time. It was like I'm just again, we said it before, I'll say it again. I'm just glad you're not a weirdo.
Yes.
People, online, you see one thing, but in real life, you never know what you're gonna get. But
Exactly.
yeah, you're like the same dude. No surprises there, no curveballs.
I try to be pretty genuine, but I was actually pleasantly surprised I didn't meet any weirdos. And I
Nice.
know we'll talk about it in episode 18,
Yeah.
which is weird because this is 19, but in the past you guys will see that we talked about something.
You'll
It's a
see
weird
it.
timeline thing. It's like X-Men, like we can't explain it.
Yeah.
It's above us. Like we
Time travel.
can't do
It's
anything
weird.
about it. Yeah.
Yeah. But I know we have a lot to talk about tonight, and we could probably trail off a million
could.
times over.
We probably
But
will.
instead of doing that, why don't we get into our first major segment, one of the best parts of this show, a little segment we like to call Do They Rock It or Do We Knock It?
And I think we have some doozies tonight.
I
So
actually haven't seen
first,
these ones yet. You did all these.
I did do all these, and it's a big surprise. So this segment that we call "Do They Rock It or Do We Knock It" is all about finding out if these video game characters or pop culture characters rock these mustaches that we put on them. And we want your opinion and we want your feedback in the chat. So make sure you type rocks it or knocks it. But we also want your suggestions on who to do next. And so at the end of this, I'll give you an email where you can send us your very own rock it or knock it to be featured. But number one, let's get into it.
Number one. I'm excited to see this. Like I said, I haven't seen any of these ones tonight yet. I know who they are, but I don't know. I haven't seen a stash on the face,
It's good. It's good. Number one, we have Sojourn, the one of the new heroes from Overwatch 2.
Okay.
And it's
That's
definitely
something.
definitely a killer character in Overwatch 2 so far. Really fun
Yeah.
to play. In my opinion, cannot rock a mustache at all.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Just
just
doesn't have
don't buy it.
Just doesn't have the face, like the facial structure for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to say that everybody could have a mustache, but that's not the case.
Yeah, I mean, maybe a different style, maybe, changed it up. Maybe this was a choice. Maybe this was just a bad choice, as
It
far
could
as
have been
style goes.
a bad
Um,
style choice.
I think she could have changed things up to make it look maybe better, but I think she just shouldn't have a mustache. And I think I agree with you,
Yeah,
and it looks like Chad agrees as well. Knock
maybe
it.
in the battle royale of knockits that we have at some point, Sojourn will come back and have a new style. We'll have to see.
The
But
battle royale of Noxits. I like that idea. I like that
yeah.
idea.
All right, Sojourn, sorry you can't have it. Number 2,
Number
I'm
two.
excited about this one. I feel good. I'm gonna preemptively say Roxit, but
Okay.
number 2 we have Kiriko from Overwatch 2, another Overwatch 2
Oh.
character. Just because Overwatch 2 is on our minds right now,
Yeah.
in good and bad ways. So this is
Yeah.
Kiriko, and I think Roxit immediately. The little blue flare in the mustache from
That's
the
not bad.
alt.
That's a nice little detail. I like that.
I like this. This is gonna
Huh.
be. I think this is gonna
What's the
be
difference?
something in game.
Is this her facial structure? Like, is that what works? I think maybe the spikiness to the mustache really goes with her kind of like the ends of her
Yeah,
hair, kind of have a spike to it. Um,
I think
yeah.
it's the pointed face. Like she has like a really nice pointed face that comes down. The
And
mustache works on it.
the
Yeah,
makeup coming down too, it kind of, yeah,
it,
that's a good contrast of shapes.
it all
And
goes together.
she rocks it, man.
Yeah, totally rocks it.
Hmm.
Kiriko, Kiriko, I
Well,
think you're keeping it today.
I think you're keeping it, but of course, if you're watching this later on YouTube, feel free to comment down below. Let us know what you think of Kiriko's mustache or any of the other characters we have here tonight. Um, I say Rocket as well. It's not up to us though. I mean, we have
That's
one
true.
Rocket, one Knocket in the chat currently, and another indifferent. Which I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that's kind of a rocket, right? Because if you don't care if it's there or not, if you don't
Yeah,
mind it being there, like that's not a negative thing,
an
right?
an endeavor is a rocket for sure.
So I mean, either way, we make the rules, and I
Yeah.
say an indifferent is rocket, and
Yep.
you agree. So
So
I mean,
welcome to the club, Kiriko. You have a mustache today until YouTube takes it away from you. All right,
Chad's not
number
happy
3.
about this one. We're taking the
Forget about it.
executive decision.
It's 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 Sherman Cool and the Dirty Tooth do Mustache Ride podcast. Unfortunately, right now at least, it's not Chat does Mustache Ride podcast.
Hmm. Maybe one day to make it up to chat for these questionable decisions, we'll have to do a little bit of a reverse rocket or knock it, and
Oh yeah.
maybe bring in a picture of ourselves without a mustache.
Oh
I don't want to
dang.
tease. I don't want to tease it, or like even
Ooh.
lead you on to think that something like that exists because I don't. I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could find a picture of me without a mustache, but
But I could Photoshop you without a mustache for sure.
that's a possibility. Yeah, and we
Okay,
can.
okay.
We can make it happen, and then we can let the chat and the YouTube commenters decide if we rock or knock the bare face look, the clean cut look.
Oh Lord,
That's interesting.
do we have to shave our mustaches if they knock it?
No, I've decided I'm only doing that for charity.
Oh,
Like
okay.
one day I
Soft.
want to raise some
Oof.
money for
Okay.
charity, and then maybe shave off my mustache and then put it in a frame and save it,
Solid.
and
Okay.
then just grow another one later.
Yeah, I like that. All right, number 3.
Okay,
We
number 3.
have Robin from Gotham Knights, the new game.
Oh, isn't he a hero? Or like he looks evil. The
He
mustache
does.
really makes him look like the villain,
Yeah, he's a villain for sure.
but it's not a bad thing. He looks good.
Yeah, he looks like a good villain.
Huh. What do you think?
I'm gonna go Rocket. I mean, I feel like it fits him. I feel like I want him to be a villain now, which is okay. I think it's
Yeah.
okay for him to be a villain.
I think Bruce Wayne would see this and he'd be like, I don't know, bro. Like you look a little too evil to be fighting crime with me, you know? But then look at Batman. That dude like
Yeah.
wearing all black, spikes everywhere. He could easily be a villain with just a slight script change.
I feel like this is the product of Batman like overshadowing Robin for all those years. And now he grows a
Oh,
mustache and he's like, "Look at me, Batman. I'm taking
I
over
can
Gotham."
I can express myself, Batman. What are you gonna do about it?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I like what Shark Shampoo has to say in the chat. It looks like Tooth with a different style stash.
I
And
can
I
neither
agree.
confirm or deny that I am Robin from Gotham Knights.
Whoa. He can't
Yep.
deny it though. You heard that.
I'm under a strict NDA. I cannot say yes or no.
But he said yes. You heard that. He just said it.
I cannot say
Huh.
yes or no.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Well, I
Yeah.
say Rocket. We got a Rocket. Another indifferent, Zubat 5. Another indifferent, it looks like. It works. It works as a rocket in my
Yeah.
book.
Yeah. It's a rocket. Robin gets to keep it terrorizing
Bam.
Gotham for today.
Huh. Never
And of
seen them both in
course,
the same place. Yeah, right. I mean, shoot.
if you guys want to see your favorite person up here on the screen for Rocket or Knocket, please use that email address, mustacheridepod@gmail.com, to send in your submissions for Rocket or Knocket. We want them. We don't need
We
them
do.
because we'll keep cranking out these masterpieces.
Yeah.
Absolute fire mustaches, but we want yours, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, it's less work for us too. So like that's nice.
That's true. It is less work. I like that. And then just for a fun thing, I had something made for us for Mustache Ride.
Oh, really?
And I want to show you, and I want to show chat.
Okay, real
Uh
quick. He's been hyping this up and I don't know what he's about to do. And so I'm just gonna open my heart, open my mind, and I'm gonna prepare myself. And let's see what Tooth's got in the store here. But
I'm really nervous to hold on, I have to add a scene because I can't show you. Uh
I'm watching the stream. I'm like 2 seconds behind probably.
God,
But whatever this is, I am excited. I don't know. He says I got a secret for you. I got a secret for
yeah.
Mustache Ride. What do you mean? What do you mean? He's like, do you want me to tell you? I was like, no, save it. Save it for the show.
I'm
He said,
so
okay, good.
I'm so excited. Okay. Okay. Let's go back here. Okay. Are you guys ready for this? It's a big reveal. It could be the start of something amazing, or SMC could hate it and you guys could hate it, and then we cancel the whole thing and it's just something that I had made. But here it is right now. Boom.
Oh,
And I think it's good.
oh, that's adorable.
I think
Look how
it's
cute we are.
so good.
Oh,
So this came
I
in
love
today.
that.
This came in today. And oh my god, I thought it was so good.
I love that so much. Look how cute and adorable we are. Oh,
Look at us.
man. Look at
Do you
us.
like it? Do you like that?
I do. I absolutely like it. That looks
Okay.
great.
Dude, I thought it was pure fire. I was
What
really
should what,
excited
what
about
should we
that.
use it for? I guess just like
I
in
don't
tweets
know.
and stuff, or
Yeah,
it's just cool to
in
have.
tweets, I thought it would be cool to have. I wanted to like tease an art style because I was trying to find an artist that we could use for some other stuff. And
Oh,
some other graphics and stuff like that I want to talk to you about. So I thought that would be like just so excellent to have that.
I
Uh
love it. My head's spinning with ideas. I feel like
right?
we could like Photoshop the mouth and make like an open version mouth and like just open and close the mouth for just audio only stuff. That'd be fun.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
I like it a lot, and so I'm really really excited to keep going with that graphic style. And I found an artist that's really fast. They did that in like a day and a half.
wow. That's
And
great.
so I thought that was really good, and I wanted to have a big surprise for our first episode back in studio.
I love it so much. That's exciting.
Good.
Yeah, you got to get us a copy so the wonderful Zubat 5
Oh yeah,
can make it into a canvas for us
that
or
would be
some
hype.
sort of fun art. Yeah. Nice.
I
Well,
was
thanks,
thinking
dude. That's exciting.
I was like the little like chibi style would be really cute and really
Yeah.
fun. Because I thought about Animal Crossing for a little while, so I was looking at people like that. But then I was like, no, I like this little like cartoon, like just like I feel like it's like captures our personality, right?
Yeah. It's not
Yeah,
like a super high def pristine digital art. It's like a hand drawn
yeah,
like cartoon. I like that.
yeah,
I've always thought of myself as like if I were to be animated, it would probably be in the style of like Ed, and Eddie or something.
yeah. I thought it would
Because
just
that's
be
just how I
cool
see the
to
world. I don't know.
yeah, same. I thought it would be cool to think about like just yeah, future animation stuff and just so I was excited, but I got that today, like 20 minutes ago. And I didn't or
Nice.
like earlier before we talked because I was like, man, I hope that I get this before the episode. And I did. They sent it before. I was like, this is so hype.
That is, I really like it. We're so cute.
We
Like
are.
in that video, not in general. I'm not gonna say that, but
We
when
are.
somebody takes our likeness and makes it into chibi form,
Look at
chibi
us.
literally means cute. You can't go wrong.
Yeah, you can't go wrong.
Yeah,
So good.
I think, right? I'm
10,
pretty
10 out
sure.
10 out of 10. I think it does. That's all that matters. We've already established that only what we say matters tonight.
True.
So
That's true.
I think we're good.
Well,
Cool.
you know what really matters is what the heck have you been doing, Tooth? What are you doing?
Oh
What have
my
you been up
gosh.
to?
I feel like it's been a whirlwind.
Yeah.
We came back from TwitchCon. We flew back on Monday morning. We caught a flight at it was delayed, so we caught it at 8:20. The line to get into the airport security check, so not through security, but to the check
Oh.
was took an hour and 15 minutes because there were
Oh, dang.
so many flights going out Monday morning out of San Diego's airport. And for those of you that have never flown in or out of San Diego, they have one runway, one, and they handle international flights as well. So it's huge. It's so crazy. I don't know how they do it. It's such a small airport. Their terminal was like you were literally like bumping into people that were on going to different flights while you're lining up to get into your like airplane.
That's so
It was
confusing.
it was so confusing, so bananas. But it was a whirlwind. We took that plane, we flew into Dallas, Texas, and then we flew back into Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and we got home. It was like 10 o'clock on Monday. I had work on Tuesday. And
Oh,
so I went into work, and Ice Baby got COVID on Wednesday. And so I was like, okay, I'm immune. I'm good. I got to go to work still. So I went to work all the way through Friday. And I just didn't have a chance to stop and think. I didn't feel like I streamed on Tuesday,
mm.
like after I had been gone, and then I had to take Thursday off because I was trying to take care of Ice Baby, and then I was secretly starting to feel bad too, I think. And then
Secretly, you
like
didn't want to mention. Yeah, it's like
I was trying to manifest myself into being healthy, I think. So I was like not even letting myself think that I wasn't feeling well.
once you accept it, it's real,
Yeah.
right?
And
That's when you actually become sick.
that's what happened on Friday. But since
Yeah.
that it's I beat Jedi the Fallen Order, Star Wars Jedi the Fallen
Nice.
Order. That game was crazy. The last 30 minutes of that game, bananas and worth all the trouble that you have in the rest of the whole game, honestly.
Yeah.
It was so good. Um and I was excited to finally beat it. And I'm telling you what,
Yeah.
if you guys haven't played it yet, I'm not gonna spoil it, but dude, that last fight in cutscene is
Mm-hmm.
so epic. And I'm not even
So
that big of a
hype.
Star Wars fan, honestly.
But you can't deny it. The way they
But
set it up, it could be any guy, anybody as the characters. It doesn't matter. It's so hype. That's a good game.
it's so good. It's a really good game. It's still on Game Pass, so get out there and play it.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
outside of gaming, I finished Mandalorian, which is not
Oh, wow.
really relevant considering the last episode was in 2020. But
Yeah.
I will have to say I did not have a spoiler because I was blown away at the last episode of The Mandalorian. I was
Really?
like, what the heck is going on right now?
Should I watch it? I've never seen it myself, and
Oh,
because
dude,
I'm not a huge Star Wars guy myself either.
it's so good. It's
Yeah.
honestly so good. I love the Mandalorian series. I haven't watched any of the other Star Wars series yet, but I think Mandalorian was on point. And the last episode, even if you're not a Star Wars person, you understand how hype the
Yeah.
end of that is for real.
Well, see, it's already been spoiled for me. I already
Oh.
know about Baby Yoda, so it's like, is it still even? Should I bother? Like,
Yeah,
Baby Yoda,
I would.
pretty cute.
I think Baby Yoda's not the hypest part of that.
Really?
Yeah. It could be a hot take.
Okay.
I don't know. But I finished that because I had COVID and was laying there on like deceased watching Mandalorian all night. But I finished that, so that was super cool. COVID absolutely sucks.
Yeah.
Like sucks and by suck I mean like a couple different things. It sucks to have it, but it sucks the literal life out of you. Like
Yeah.
it like I was short of breath walking to the bathroom sometimes.
Oh,
Which
wow.
And so like the first couple days were rough, and then after that I was like trying to just like get my mind off of things. So I ended up streaming on Tuesday and Thursday, started a new game, Life is Strange True Colors. Turns out that Shark Shampoo redeemed this game and he wanted me to play the first one. I did not oblige because I didn't ask and played True Colors instead. I will be
Good choice though,
Yeah.
because that game's really good, and it has Twitch integration, so your Twitch chat can kind of like
Yeah.
give their feed or like what choices they would have made, right?
The Twitch integration is really cool. That game is super effed. I'm almost finished with it. I'll be
Yeah.
finished next stream. But that game is deep, really deep.
It goes places, yeah.
Yeah, it goes places. It touches emotions that I didn't even know that I had. And I feel like that's a lot of the games that I've played. I feel like people want to see me miserable, like based on some of the games that they suggest.
They just want to see you feel
I-
something, Tooth.
That's what it
Please,
is.
for the love of... No, I'm kidding.
Feel something.
Feel something.
Oh my gosh. But other games also beyond that, which I'll finish Life is Strange on Tuesday. I started playing House Flipper, which I don't know what to say. I just like it was on sale one day and I bought it.
Is that like the whale? Like but like in your house?
Yeah, you just like you clean up messes. It's just like
Oh, okay.
it's just a clean up mess game. It's like it's like Power Wash Sim, but like
Yeah.
inside of the house. Don't
like
buy
that.
it. Don't necessarily buy it, but like if it's on sale for $2.99, which it was when I bought it, buy the game because it's like a cool like just like you're doing anything and you can actually you do jobs for people and there's this like crazy list of things you can buy. And in that list is a turret machine gun that you can just put in people's houses and you don't lose money for it or you don't like nothing bad happens to the job. You still complete it and the people have a turret machine gun in their house. That's kind of cool. So every job
got
I've
one
done,
in my house. Do you have you don't have
Yeah.
one?
I have 3.
You do. Oh, good. 3.
of them,
Oh.
yeah.
One for each corner.
So that game's pretty crazy. I also started playing Raft. I don't know if you've ever played Raft, but it's
No, I've watched some streams and it looks wild. It looks scary.
It's scary. You jump in the water and the shark is immediately trying to munch on you. But it's a lot of fun resource gathering game, and it's not like other resource gathering games where you're like, okay, I guess I'll get another stack of this. It's like you need it. Like you're like you see an island and you're like, oh, thank God, because we're out of metal. Like that's what it
That's
feels
the way
like.
it should be. If you're stranded on the ocean, I mean,
yeah,
desperate, right?
So I give that
Huh.
game a 10 out of 10. I would definitely try that out. And
Nice.
then I went through, and of course I was laying there, so thinking about how recharged I am from TwitchCon and how excited I was to like pump out some content and stuff like that after I feel better. Um, so I went ahead and did some things. I got some new lights, which I'm using right now. It's over here. I'm gonna post a TikTok about it as soon as I get my room cleaned and set everything up. But I got these studio box lights, and they are so much smoother. They don't hurt my
Yeah.
eyes. Part of the reason I got them though is because I also got a green screen because I thought that I could do some cool stuff on the green screen. I like what Shark does. I like what you do. There's some like videos that I want to take of myself doing some funny things like the pop cat, but I want to make it the tooth cat, the pop tooth, like I want to do some funny stuff like that. And so
Okay.
I want the green screen, so I got it. I haven't put it up yet because I am sick and can't go get the necessary hardware that I need. Um, I got a new
Just use
mouse.
zip ties like I did. Just use zip ties.
I don't even have
Zip
anything to
ties.
like zip tie it to is the problem because I thought about zip tying it because
Use
yours
enough
works.
zip ties, you
Yours
can
works.
make
I was like,
something.
I thought about duct tape, zip ties. I thought
Zip
about
ties and
tons
duct
of
tape.
stuff.
That's all
I
you
got
need.
I got this new mouse. I just did a TikTok about it.
Ooh.
It's check out the TikTok. It's not as informative as you might think. But it's I like it. The mouse is really good so far. It's an ultra lightweight mouse. It's the first one that I've ever had, so it's really cool. Um,
Looks
I'm
good
playing.
too. I know you're going for an all white setup, and so
Yeah, it's like
to
an
have like the white
aesthetic,
mouse with
right?
RGB, yeah, looks good.
It's kind of matchy. Like I want Steel Series stuff. I like their stuff. So
Yeah.
that's part of it. I'm getting a new desk because I've determined something, and maybe we could talk about this. But the L-shaped desk is not good for me. And I thought it would be awesome. I was like, you'll be
Yeah.
able to see my PC in the background and blah blah blah. My cords aren't long enough to show my PC in the background, so I have to shove my computer in the corner, and then I'm ramming my chair into the side of this desk all the time. And so I've
Hmm.
decided that I'm gonna do the traditional IKEA streamer desk build,
Oh,
and
really?
I'm gonna go get a new desk at some point. It's going to be cheaper than the desk that I bought, which is this L-shaped desk, which is yeah, it's a huge L. Um,
That was a really good one, Shark.
it's
That was good.
it's a huge L. I'm also planning on teasing out a little bit soon, but in the beginning of the new year, I'm getting another computer to do a two PC setup like you.
Yes.
So I'm joining the two PC gang.
Yeah.
Priced everything out. I'm saving up the money for it. I'm asking uh Jesus and Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny and the Thanksgiving turkey and everybody for money into my money bank to go cradle my PC home and have two of them. But the new
Yeah.
desk is going to be able to set it up. I'll have the green screen behind, so when I have like holidays, like instead of decorating, I'm going to pull the green screen down. So for Christmas, there'll be a fireplace and
Oh, fun.
all kinds of cool stuff. I'm excited to upgrade, and really, I can credit all of that to being supercharged after TwitchCon, meeting
Yeah.
you, meeting a bunch of other streamers, watching more content, and I feel like now I felt like this when I was first getting started. Like when I was the
Yeah.
first 2 months, I changed like so much stuff. I mean, like I was changing stuff like every single day because I was just like, I see this is wrong. I see what's wrong. I'm asking questions. I'm doing this. And then like you get a little complacent for a while. I feel
Sure.
like you start to see something, you hit affiliate or like you hit this goal, and then you're like a little complacent, and then you just need like that kick into gear. Like, hey, no, you're not famous yet, right? And you're not like getting paid to do this, right? And you're like, oh yeah, like I want to do that. And so you're like, I want to have these things. I want to like change the production value of my stream, which was
Sure.
one of the workshops that I sat on was talking about production value. And I was like, dang, I haven't thought about that in like a hot minute because I've been like just playing games with friends and like having fun, and you forget about some of the things that like you don't like. It's not necessary for you to be totally focused on them, but like
Yeah.
you should
It's
still be
it's
thinking about these.
important.
Like you're a
It's
streamer.
It's one of the like unspoken but super important things. It's like how audio is so much more important than a lot of other aspects of your stream.
Yeah,
And it seems like something that should just work, but you really have to like optimize that and make it balanced, or else it's going to sound like shit and no one's going to want to stay.
yeah,
And you want people to want to stay, right? And so, yeah, I think those little things, the little changes, and being able to celebrate those little changes with your community,
yeah,
it just brings everybody together. So I think never lose that passion to want to change your stream, even just a little bit. Everyone wants to kind of like get into a groove and just kind of like, okay, now I'm comfortable. And like that's almost the goal, but it shouldn't be. It should always
yeah,
be the goal to iterate and change and make it better,
yeah,
I think.
absolutely. And I edited my first TikToks using Adobe Premiere instead of just like grabbing like footage and like dumping it together in TikTok. Like I did
Yeah.
my first ones and I'm actually recording my first YouTube video next week. And so
Ooh,
it's
hell
yeah,
yes.
I feel like I'm just recharged. I'm ready to go. Like I think meeting you and talking to you about all the hype and all the ideas and like just like those couple days, like I think a lot of people like talk I don't know, like not talk smack on TwitchCon, but they talk about like, oh, like like for me it was more about just like somebody commented on one of my videos and I don't want to like shit on them, but like they were like, yeah, I didn't really get that much from TwitchCon. I just wanted to like hang out with my friends. Valid,
Yeah.
very valid. That was a lot of fun. I loved meeting all these people. But I feel like if you didn't get recharged from that, from meeting other content creator friends, you're probably just a streamer and not really interested in like taking any next steps towards like content creation.
Yeah.
You're a
Yeah.
streamer and you have friends, and that's okay too, but I feel recharged. I don't know about
Yeah,
you. What have you been
recharged
doing?
and like wanting to push and get better and move forward. Yeah,
Yeah.
TwitchCon did the same thing for me and it was a lot of fun. And just yeah, meeting people and even just being reassured that I feel like I'm on the right track by Twitch themselves, going to a few workshops and seeing the things they're talking about and I'm like, I know that, I know that, I know that. Okay, this one didn't help me, but it confirmed all the things I thought I knew. And then there's another part of me that's like, well, what the hell does Twitch know? As weird as that sounds, like,
Yeah,
what does
yeah, yeah.
Twitch know? Like, we're the ones that should be teaching them damn near because we're on the front lines. But I digress. I've been up to a lot of fun stuff too, man.
Tell me about it. Tell me all about it.
Besides getting COVID,
Sucks.
that sucked. Yeah. I had a good probably 2 days where I was Mr. Complainy Pants baby boy, not wanting to move. Oh, please, Zubat 5, do this, do that. Oh, I feel so bad. But from the get go, I was actually streaming when I got my positive result.
Oh,
So
dang.
I was going to stream and I was like, I have work tomorrow. I should test because I just came back from TwitchCon. It's the right thing to do. I tested, it was positive. So I tested again, it was negative. And then I tested a third time and then went live. And I had to wait 15 minutes for the results. So I was like, we'll see what happens. And I was feeling pretty confident that it would just be negative. It was a false positive, whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
it was positive again. And so yeah, I got COVID. It sucked for a couple days. I did lose my sense of smell, so that kind of sucked. It was hard to eat for a minute. But that's all back now. I'm healthy. I got a little bit of snot in my face still, but it's not as bad as it was yesterday or the day before or the day before. So it's getting better.
Gets better.
Really happy about that. Didn't want to do anything for a while. I didn't want to stream. I skipped a couple streams. Um, and I'm glad I did. You got to take care of yourself in times like this, right? Especially with COVID.
Absolutely.
Um, but yeah, so with that said, since I've been recovering, Overwatch 2 has been huge. I've been really, really enjoying Overwatch 2 on my off time on Fridays since it came out. Man, that game is fun. It's tilting, but I'm only tilted. I'm only mad at the game because I care
Yeah.
because I'm having a good time, and then I don't know, somebody else is having a better time and they kill me, and I shouldn't be too mad about that. But you know,
Yeah.
It's
It
just the way it is.
happens.
That's video games, right?
I love it and hate it like so
Yeah.
much.
It's just one of those things. It's one of those things about Overwatch that hasn't changed from 1 to 2. You can
Yes.
be I feel like crap the whole game, but like we're winning the whole time and doing
Yeah.
well, but I still feel like bad. That's
Yeah.
still a thing. So if you haven't played it much, expect that still again. But also with it being October, I've missed a lot of spooky season this month just because of being sick and TwitchCon and stuff. And
Yeah.
so I'm extending out spooky season past October a bit because I want to be
Ooh.
able to finish The Evil Within, and I want to play some other maybe smaller indie horror games and just kind of like soak up spooky season and before it's over, before it's gone, and we get into I don't know like Thanksgiving games. I
Like
don't know.
there are no more
But
game seasons until you hit spooky season again.
yeah, I guess like Christmas, what kind of games would you play for Christmas?
I don't know.
Like Kingdom Hearts or something? I don't that's like a stretch.
I
Cause
guess you
just cuz
could
Nightmare
play
Before Christmas.
yeah, I guess you could play some of the Harry Potter games, but I but those like are mostly about the movies, not the game itself really.
I don't know. If you're watching live, let us know if you can think of any Christmas games. If you're watching later on YouTube, leave a comment down below. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, I'm really spooky season is my favorite season for streaming. I just have so much fun playing horror games,
Yeah.
and the communities around the like multiplayer horror games like Phasmophobia or uh, Dead by Daylight,
Yeah.
the streaming communities are typically pretty awesome, and so it's cool to like step into that world because
Absolutely.
there's a lot of streamers that just do horror games,
Yeah.
um, which I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, but it's
S-
fun for now.
some people play horror games like crazy. Like
Yeah,
like there's a whole like variety like streamer subsect that only plays horror games. And it's really cool. Like it's cool watching
yeah,
people play like Dead by Daylight all the time and
yeah.
Phasmophobia and having all these jump scares and yeah, I like spooky season a lot.
Me too. Yeah. But yeah, so since Zubat has been sick a little bit, I've been trying to take care of her, do my best to be there for her, and then all the while I finally because okay, so there's another real quick story. My garage full of junk, like full, no room in there to barely even move, right? I'm finally starting to feel better, and then I tested again. It was the fifth day of COVID, and I tested again, and it was positive. And I'm feeling good, but like I'm kind of deflated. I'm bummed. And Zubat was like, "Let's clean the garage." So we took a whole, I don't know, it was like 5 6 hours, and just
Wow.
took stuff out of the garage, put it on the side yard to get ready to put in a dumpster, clear everything out, organize, save a few things, throw away a ton of stuff, and cleared it out. It looks really, really good. And I finally have space for the 3D printer I bought probably like a year ago. And so I set that up, and I've actually been able to make a few things with my 3D printer. And I figure I'll just go ahead and get into that now. That's kind of one of our main topics was 3D printing, but I'll get into that now.
Yeah.
And then I know you have some plans for 3D printing too, but I've made some fun stuff with my 3D printer. I got it going. I figured out how to level the bed. You got to make sure everything's really level or else it won't work. But I've made some things. So the first thing I made, oh, nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my little workshop area. I have room there for other 3D printers. I plan on buying more once I know what the hell I'm doing. And I'm getting there. I am really actually getting there. And so I've made a few things though, and I want to show them off now. I want to show you guys. This is the first thing I made. His name's Blanco. He is a little puppy, and he
Oh
is
yeah.
adorable.
Oh yes.
I can't. Okay, hold on.
There it is. There it is. There
Zoom.
it is. Oh yeah.
Oh, you get it. You get it. He's
That's
a cute
cool.
little doggy, and it was one of the sample prints that came with my printer. Um, the next thing I made, I actually saw this, and immediately I was like, I got to make that right away. But this is No Face from Spirited Away. Let me see if I can,
It won't focus because there's no face.
because my face is here. Come on.
But it's no face.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I love that little guy. And then also I made because I do. I'm part of a D&D group on Tuesday nights, and I've been
Uh-huh.
wanting a dice tower. And so I found this little compact, tiny little dice tower. It
Oh, it
folds up.
folds.
Yeah, it's on little hinges,
Oh,
and you can put dice in it. I don't want. It's really loud, and this thing's kind of hollow, so it makes a lot of noise. But trust me, it's a cool, neat little dice tower. It doesn't. Put the dice in the top, and they don't leave the tray on the bottom, and gives you a decent roll. And so, yeah, I have that. And then the last thing I've made so far is this little T-Rex. He's a little flexy little T-Rex. Oh, nice. Oh, wait. Oh,
there's the dice.
perfect.
Yeah, really
Yeah.
cool.
Cute little thing.
Bad roll,
And then
though.
yeah, I have this little bad roll. That was a 5.
5.
I made this little T-Rex. This is like a really well-known 3D printing thing. Like a lot of people with 3D printers make this as one of their first things for the past probably 5 years.
It doesn't make it less cool though.
And it doesn't, because it's this thing, actually the license on it, you can actually put it in your store and sell it yourself. You just have to give attribution or attrib I don't know. There's a word for it, but you have to give them credit to the creator. But otherwise, you can sell it, and I see people selling it on their Etsy pages for like $3-4, and I just made
Nice.
it for almost free. So yeah, cute
That's
little
awesome.
thing. I'm really excited to explore more 3D printing stuff though, because I bought this 3D printer with the intent to learn how to 3D model, make my own little characters, and then get more 3D printers and sell stuff maybe with that character, with my branding, with SMC branding, and maybe help make useful stuff for people, little drawers
Yeah.
and trays and things. I don't know, but like
This
something I can sell so
this
people
is
can
3D
have.
printed.
Oh, really? That the dirty tooth thing?
Yeah. I bought it off Etsy.
Oh, wow.
It came 3D printed. This is something that you'll see in a lot of Twitch streamers that are partnered, but this came with it. And it's a
Little-
check. It's a little partner check mark, but it's 3D printed also.
That's cool.
And I keep
Huh.
it for good luck right there.
That's what I'm trying to get into. I'd like to have like 10 3D printers just going all the time, making stuff, and I can maybe sell it, or I don't know. I'm hoping to do something like that, become my own boss and quit my job. That's the goal.
Pog move.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I like that.
It's going to take a lot of work. I mean, I know but if you don't know, 3D modeling, creating a 3D model is a lot of work.
Oh yes.
Depending on what you're going for. And so it's going to take a while, but
I'm
I'll
excited
get
for you to
there.
get into it though. It's a fun process. I did it a lot in college. So I was like supervisor at a fabrication shop like all through college, and so
Oh,
doing
wow.
like CNC, 3D printing, woodworking, metalworking, all of that. Like I was one of the student supervisors. And so
Huh.
I got to like oversee and help people like slice all their models, like make sure things were printing well, like run the 3D print queue. And we were using like, it wasn't as high stakes, I would say, because like if something breaks, we would like order the new part.
Yeah, yeah.
But like it's not like yourself, like you're in there in your garage and you're like, oh shit, like this broke, like how can I fix it because I don't want to pay for another one.
Yeah.
So like I had more resources then, but I would say like it was a really cool experience. I learned a ton of stuff, like taught summer camps like on 3D modeling, little things for people to like print little like nameplates and stuff like that. So it's a fun process to get into. So I'm excited to see what you make with it.
Yeah. And we're going to have to work pretty closely, cuz I want whatever you got in that noggin of yours, I want to soak it up with my sponge brain. I want to soak it up, and I want to learn it, and I want to take it and call it my own. Whatever
Wonder how-
knowledge you have to like write a book for me.
I feel like people say that a lot, and I wonder how far I can get before I actually have to reveal that I don't know anything. My whole life is a lie.
Well, you could probably get pretty far with me. I'll just leave it there. I won't notice. But I know you're planning on getting a 3D printer here pretty soon too. Or don't you already have one? And
Yeah, I got it. I had
that's it?
I had a resin printer.
Nice.
Um and I never could get the resin printers to work very well. So I ended up like giving that to a friend. Um
Mm,
because I was like, well, I'm not gonna be able to do it. I got it for free. Like, here's this free for you. And
mm,
I always wanted one of the plastic printers because that's what I had the most fun with.
yeah.
And then Prime Days came, and it was like almost the same day that you posted in your Discord. I was like, mine was gonna get here the next day, and
Oh,
I got this one for like dirt cheap off of Amazon for Prime Days, and it's like an older version of it. I don't think it's even like I don't think it's the new version or whatever, but I think like in my opinion, like once you dial them in and it's your own personal thing, like it runs really well, and you don't have to worry about like, oh, this is the old model or the new model. Like it's
yeah.
essentially a hot glue gun that reads code. Like that's what it is.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
so like
really, it's just the hardware is there. As long as there's a place to plug in a micro SD card and some knobs to level the bed, everything else is pretty bespoke. Like it should just work.
yeah,
Um, and
so
know what it's supposed to do. So yeah, I
I'm
I
I'm
I
excited.
I'm excited too. I don't know. I just want more little knickknacks and
Yeah.
tchotchkes and
Little
little
tchotchkes,
doodads
yeah.
and things.
Little
Yeah.
3D printed mustaches everywhere. All over the
Oh,
place.
I just said this like yesterday. I have yet to make a little mustache. I should make one.
Yeah, you should make a mustache. I'm excited about little things like little mic stands and like little things that you don't think about but are like really practical SD card holders, like Switch game
Yeah.
holders, little stuff like that that I can just like print and like have around.
Yeah.
And especially when we do stuff like open up like Mustache Ride pod headquarters, like
Hmm.
we're gonna want to print stuff for that
Oh
and
yeah.
have printers there, obviously.
We're gonna
So,
have full Mustache Ride Iron Man suits made out
dude,
of 3D printed stuff.
that's gonna be sick. I can't wait for that.
That's gonna be sick.
Coming soon ish.
Ishly.
Ish.
Yeah.
I don't know when.
But moving on from the 3D printing stuff, it's a new venture that I'm getting into that you're going to be getting into soon, and we'll have plenty more to talk about in the future in that regard. But I do want to kind of get back into our IRL episode that we recorded. I want to kind of run through the process real quick. It's going to be a little bit in the weeds, but I want to run through maybe the trials and tribulations, the things that
Yeah.
we learned and can take with us moving forward, what we might do differently. So what did you think about the whole process of getting our episode 18 in real life recorded?
All right. So we were really busy. Like I don't think we really anticipated. We were like, yeah, we'll just get together and record it.
Yeah.
I don't think we really knew what that meant,
Yeah.
especially with me having like the 1 day pass. Like, and I was trying to fit everything in. And for those of you that don't know, TwitchCon closes at 6 o'clock. And
Yeah.
when they say it closes at 6 o'clock, like there'll be a grumpy ass like dude trying to
Get
kick
out.
you out of the thing, telling you like better
Come
hurry
on,
up and
come on.
finish that beer, get out of here, drink that
Yeah.
White Claw. Like they're just hollering at you the whole time. And then after a full day at TwitchCon, you're also hungry,
Mhm.
extremely
Mhm.
hungry. So we had to get dinner. And then after that, it was the TwitchCon party, which I didn't go to, but you guys went to, and so it was like a whole thing. And I think one thing that we just didn't anticipate was the scheduling of it
Yeah.
and the necessity for us to be like, okay, we should stop and think about like what this looks like logistically. Um, but I will say this was our first time doing, or is it safe to say this was the first time doing anything like that for you? Because it
Yep.
was definitely the
Well,
first
I
time.
mean, in community college, I did an infomercial for my public speaking class.
Oh,
I I have never mentioned this. Yeah, I we created a product called the teeth brush. So like, why brush one tooth when you can brush more than one at a time? like as opposed to a toothbrush, of course.
Oh, okay.
So the teeth brush, it's a product. It's not real, but made an infomercial with two classmates, and I think it turned out pretty all right. Maybe I'll have to show my chat
Yeah,
sometime now
we
that
need
I've put it
the
out into the universe. I
we
gotta
need
show
the
you for sure.
reveal. Yeah, I
Yeah,
definitely need to see that. Well,
I'll show you
besides
tonight after the episode.
yes, besides the info commercial for SMC, this was our first time
Yeah.
ever doing anything like this, and I
Yeah.
will say there is a lot that goes into it. Like we get into a room and we're like, oh, it's kind of dark in here. And when you take it, like you take for granted that like we have literal studio setups in our house.
Yeah.
And then when we leave to go somewhere, and I'm not one of these freaking crazy people at TwitchCon with a backpack full of freaking batteries and 6 cameras pointing all over them and
Yeah.
arms. Like there were people that look like literal mechs, like of can't like Twitch mechs, like streaming, and I'm like, Jesus,
For real.
I didn't know I had to do that. But you do have to do that if you want to do
Yeah.
IRL content. That's obvious. And so now it's obvious for me anyway. But luckily,
Yeah.
like there was a lot of like hits that I was like, I should have been prepared and had a camera like with me, or like set up my phone, or like do some of these things. But it was just like you don't think about any of those things, and I can't wait
Yeah.
until we record the next like together episode and how good it's going to be. I have a bag of studio lights now. I have another like tripod. I'll have a camera. Like
Yeah.
I'll have all the stuff. Like we'll be doing different angles. Like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The next episode.
So, but like real quick, to go into a little more detail. So, at the end of the day, on the day that Tooth went to TwitchCon, we met up in the 21 plus area, the drinking area, and we sat down at a nice, comfy couch. We got a good spot. Mind you, it's like 5:50. And so I'm here setting up the camera. Everything's like ready, charged, and ready to go. Setting up the camera, and then dude walks up and he's like, "Hey guys, got to pack it up and go. Time to close it out." And so luckily he gave me time to pack everything up, but I left the camera on. And so it was like later that night or the next day or whatever we did, we had met up at your Airbnb,
Yeah.
and I didn't realize how low on battery my camera was. And so we made it like 20 something minutes in, and the battery died. Or no, did it overheat first and then the battery died? I don't know.
We charged the
But-
battery for like a half hour. We're like, we got this, and then the camera overheated. Like-
Yeah. And so, yeah, we get to your Airbnb and we're like, yeah, it's kind of echoey in this room. Nothing you can do about that really at the moment. And then we're like, yeah, it's kind of dark. And so from across the Airbnb, we grab this light, this like lamp. It's like it looks like a 50-year-old lamp. I don't know. And we put a
Yeah.
grocery bag over the top of it, taped it shut to diffuse the light, which actually worked fairly well. But there's no fan in that room.
It was so hot.
It was so freaking hot in that room. My face is shiny like a freaking tomato, a clean tomato. I don't know, but
Gary,
it was shiny.
If you're watching this, Gary, the lamp was awesome. Thank you. We didn't break it. We did put a trash bag over it. But dude, get a fan in that room. Jesus,
Yeah,
Gary.
ceiling fan or
Like-
something.
Oh man.
Come on, Gary.
Come on, Gary.
Yeah, but so we got everything set up. We had a live studio audience with our significant others,
That was
and that was really cool.
Yeah.
And they gave us pointers. Luckily, Zubat5 was like, "Hey, the camera shut off." Turns out that was like 15 minutes. It shut off 15 minutes prior to us being done. So we have like the video cut off, but then we have a bunch of audio, and so it's all a bunch of junk that went on. But I'm almost actually done editing the episode now, and it's turning out way better than I thought. I just showed Tooth the episode too. It's
Yes.
turning out really good.
I was confident after that we got 10 minutes of good footage. And we were just gonna be like, we were gonna show it, and then we were gonna have to record another episode, being like, "Look at this! Look at
Yeah.
what we did." But it's turning out like, I have to say, like your editing skills are on point.
I'm just ruthless when it comes
On
to
point.
cutting.
That's a
I
good way
just
to be.
I just cut it
It's good. I
and get it
like
out
it.
of there.
10 out of
Thank you.
10.
It's getting the job done, and as far as I'm concerned, if you can't tell the difference in the end result, then that's fine.
Yeah,
We run with it.
that's a full win in my opinion.
Yeah, but we learned a lot. We're gonna
Yeah.
bring an extra camera, an extra battery, an extra tripod because my tripod broke during the travel. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a crazy driver or something, but my tripod, one of the arms or legs was broken, so that barely worked.
Rest in peace,
Um,
tripod.
yeah, it was a mess, but we got it done, and it
Yes.
turned out all right. I might brighten up the footage a little bit too. It's a little on the darker side,
Yeah.
but
Well,
yeah,
we're pretty lucky because we almost didn't have a light or anywhere to record it. Like
yeah.
it was pretty crazy. But I would say like as a first experience and not being well, I thought we were really prepared, but then in the moment I was like, oh shit, we probably didn't even really think about this. For that being the case, I thought it was excellent. I had a
Yeah.
ton of fun. It was probably the funnest episode that I think I've been a part of so far. Just because
I
like I
think so
feel
too.
like the energy was like we always have the energy, right? But it was like real energy. Like there's a couple pictures that I posted in SMC's Discord where we're like
Yeah.
laughing, like we're like talking about something. We're like animated and it was
Do
like
you want to pull
it
those
was
up real
cool.
quick just to give
Yeah.
people a sneak peek?
Yeah,
But
sneak
yeah,
peek
and
into the episode.
getting into making an episode like that in real life, we learned a lot, and we're definitely going to be taking that forward for the next episode. But yeah, this is kind of a sneak peek of the set here. Um,
It was
we
real.
that table, that looking at that
Oh
table
god.
reminded me of how rickety that table was.
Dude, that table is lucky to be alive, bro. That
Yeah,
is the most rickety table. Like when we picked that up, I was like, this is falling apart for sure. I'm not getting a deposit back. Like I'm getting
talk about
charged for this
production
table.
value though, dude. Destroy the table
Ugh.
mid episode. Give me a
That
break.
that would have been hype. Like episode goes south, like Tooth gets suplexed onto the table, like smash
Hmm.
pieces everywhere. Zubat and Ice Ice Baby are like cheering in this corner.
Well,
That would have been crazy.
tune in next weekend to see if any of that actually happens. I, I
It
can't
could have.
confirm or deny if that table survived the episode.
It
But what I can confirm, the Dirty Tooth, is how crappy ads are on Twitch. I've had some bad experiences, but I know you've had some more recent bad experiences with ads on Twitch, and I'm curious to get your insight.
oh my god, dude. So of course, like you don't recognize it, right? Because you don't see the ad. Like you have your stream
Right.
pulled up so you can like make sure everything's fine, Gucci, but like you don't really recognize it until somebody's like, "Hey, like I'm in an ad," like which I really appreciate. I will say right now, I do
Yeah.
appreciate when I'm talking to somebody and they're like, "Sorry, I'm in an ad." And I'll be like, "Okay, like I'll wait to say whatever I was going to say to you until you get back." And I do really appreciate that as a viewer. So 10 out of 10. I don't know if that's a hot take among streamers, but I like that. Um,
Yeah, I feel like if it's not a viewer, it's a mod that might mention like, "Oh, hey, ad break."
yeah,
But also mods, I mean, typically a mod would be subbed and a subbed person won't see the
they won't
ad.
see the
So,
ad.
yeah,
Um,
if you're a viewer, shout out if you're in a an ad. It might help the streamer
especially
direct
a
what
long
they
ad
do.
too. Like some of the
Yeah.
ads are long. Like I've been in a stream
Hey,
where it's been
9 in a
like,
row.
yeah, it's like it's
Yeah.
insane. So what happened is I had my ad manager on. And so what I did was I set it so I would have just like really short ads throughout the stream, like one at an hour in, one at 2 hours in. And that way I could like eliminate like mid-roll ads and I could also try to eliminate running or having pre-roll ads because if I went to the bathroom, I would run a 3-minute ad break so I could not have the pre-rolls for new people that come in. But I
Yeah.
always assume that having a short pre-roll is going to be better than having like 10-minute long mid-rolls.
Yeah.
So something happened when they put out this new program or whatever that they're trying to incentivize people to like run more ads on Twitch, make more money. It's like you get something crazy like the ad revenue is like like it's like life changing for some bigger
For
streamers.
some people,
Like
yeah.
people that are in the 500 viewer range, probably like 150 to 500 viewer range. Like if they're running ads like that and they're getting that revenue, that's going to be a big change for them. So I don't know. Like for me, it hurts me because I don't expect people to be subbed to my channel, all these different
Yeah.
things, and I feel bad because if I'm streaming to 5 people, then I want all 5 of those people to have a good experience, not ad after ad after ad. Well, whenever they
Right.
launched this program, it changed my ad manager to run an ad every 15 minutes. I was getting an ad
Whoa.
so much, and they were like 30-second ads every 15 minutes,
Every 15 minutes.
and I was like, I kept getting somebody in there that's like, "Oh, sorry, I have an ad," and I'm like, "What the actual
Again?
flark is happening right now?" And so I pulled
Yeah.
it up like in the stream because you know me, I'm gonna fix it while I'm live,
Yeah.
which I do all the time. Which I don't know if that's good or bad, but I do it anyway.
It's
Um,
good.
but I
It's like
pulled.
one of the many skills of a streamer to be able to like be talking to chat but also dealing with some bullshit in the background
Oh
and then
god,
solving it and then hopefully no one notices but everybody notices
everybody
because
knows for sure because
yeah.
I'm literally
Yeah.
mentioning it the whole time. I'm like, look at this crap
Yeah.
that I'm dealing with. But I go in there
And then
and
they're like, "I'm sorry, I'm in an ad. I can't see the crap."
finally I like turned that off and I was like, dude, freak that. And I like turned it off. I was like, I'll be right back. I'm gonna run to the bathroom. And I ran a 3-minute ad to get rid of all the pre-rolls, and then I didn't have but one ad the rest of the whole time. And I snoozed that ad for 5 minutes and it let me go to the end of the stream without having it. So,
Nice.
so there's that. Twitch. Take your ads and shove them up your Twitch hole. Um
Hey. Sounds like you're dialing it in though. It sounds like
yes.
you're figuring out your own way of dealing with it because I like myself, I don't deal with it. I haven't messed with my ad manager. I mean in my mind, pre-roll ads are it's expected, right? Like even
Yes.
for a viewer, every other stream they go into, they get a pre-roll ad. So it's going to take a lot more incentive for me to get over the hump of just allowing pre-roll ads to be a thing and taking whatever viewer doesn't mind sitting there for 30 seconds just to watch me for 5 seconds only to move on to watch another
Yes.
30-second ad. I get it. But I also feel like there's got to be a way to circumvent that, to get away from pre-rolls. But as a streamer, if I don't want to go against what's expected. When
Yeah.
I go for a bathroom break and I play a 3-minute ad, that means that those people aren't seeing my BRB screen that I put some time into listening to the music, the playlist that I meticulously created that
Yeah.
is DMCA free and music that I enjoy. And that sucks too because that's part of the viewing experience. I know it's just a BRB screen, but that's my stream. That's the vibe that I've gone for. And
Yeah.
instead, they're watching some ad for Lenovo people that break backs. I don't know, but
Yeah. It's
I don't
so
know.
crazy.
I just think it's going to be a tough one to at least convince me to do anything different than what's already the status quo, the pre-roll ads. But maybe I'm mistaken, and maybe it's the pre-roll ads are hampering my development more than I think, and so maybe I should look into some statistics and think about doing some mid-roll ads and just seeing what the difference is.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm trying to dial in that ad manager so I have a good thing because what really sucks, and I hate this the most, is when I'm watching a streamer, and most of the time it's somebody that I've rated, right? And like they're playing the same game that I'm playing, and I'm like, oh, I want to see like how they do this.
Yeah.
And then I'm in there, and then boom, like mid roll ad, it's like one of six, and I'm like, okay, like I don't even get like picture in picture or like something happens, like which is so dumb to me. Like I feel like if Twitch is going to do the ads, it has to have picture in picture and they have to have subtitles on the stream. And there's just no ifs, ands, or
Oh,
buts.
yeah.
If you are running this service, that is something that you should absolutely do. And that should be on you, on your dime, if you're going to like insist that people run that many ads. And I
Yeah.
realize that this is an expensive platform, but Jesus, like come on now. Like it's like
Sorry, sucks to
there's
suck, but
there's
eat
just
it.
ways, there's stuff that you have to do as a platform for you to be able to like say, we are providing this to you, the creator, that make us money to do this thing. Here's this good thing that we developed for you. And the ad
Yeah.
manager like almost gets there, but there's not any other settings like that. Like there's no like make sure to include captions, make sure it's picture in picture. Uh like make sure all of these different things that happen, because I hate missing that hype moment where they're like, "Oh man, I just played this tonight. Like I'm really excited for them to like to take this on and I can't wait to like chat with
Yeah.
them about it." Ad. And
I
I
think
can't even.
that's interesting. Real quick though, because when you stream, where when you raid somebody, your raiders, there's no pre-roll. That gets pushed back. And so like I think that's a positive.
Yeah.
They thought about rating and what the point of that is, and how a pre-roll would kind of literally be the opposite of what we're trying to do with that. But if somebody has disabled pre-rolls by running mid-rolls, and maybe you just raid and then that happened to be at a time when they're about to run a mid-roll, like
Yeah.
that could suck, but then that's on the streamer, that's not on Twitch. And so that's, I don't know, that's a weird gray area, I feel like.
Yeah, the ads are just bananas, and there's something needs to happen to like totally like revamp that process. And to be honest with you, it's not solved like anywhere. Like
Yeah.
it happens in like the literal worst spots on YouTube videos too. I
Yeah.
notice it all the time. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Like I would like I don't understand like
I held
how
back
this
as long as I
works.
could. I held back as long as I could. I'd get an ad, and then like next video on YouTube I'll get another ad, but this one's for YouTube Premium. And they're like, "Hey, aren't you sick of these ads?" And I'm like, "Screw you, man. I'll take an ad. I'm not giving you my money." And then, like 5 ads later, another YouTube Premium, and they're like, "You sure?" And I'm like, "Screw you, man." And I was strong. I was strong for a long time. And I'm talking in the past tense because I have since bought YouTube Premium because I'm so freaking sick of those ads, dude. I'm so done. Even just 5 seconds and then I skip it, because I often play a YouTube video and I'll leave my screen on and I'll put it in my pocket. But then like I'm trying to do my job, and I'll have to pull my phone out with my dirty ass hands, hit the skip ad button, put it back, and I figure, I don't know, $9 a month. I forget how much it is, $10 a month or something. No ads. I can close my screen, save battery, still listen to these long video essays, and enjoy my time on YouTube. But they got me. That's all I'm trying to say. They got me.
I'm still
I'm
holding out
giving them money.
strong, and I haven't given them money yet, but I don't know why I don't, because I pay for like subs on Twitch because of the streamers that I love to watch. I don't want to watch ads. I want to watch the streamer that I like.
And
But
you pay for Netflix, and how
oh
long do you
god,
spend on YouTube? Maybe just as long as you do on Netflix, right?
yes. And oh man, like I
I'm
just
not
hate
trying
it.
to sell you.
I'm going to get it
Stay
probably.
strong, man.
I just hate it so much. I feel like there's literally, for all the effort that goes into marketing and making sure that you track all of my web browsing data so you know which exact thing from Lowe's that I looked up one time to go to Lowe's to
Yeah.
buy. Before you do all of that to show me that thing on 6 different little windows all over the place and then run up a giant ad, do a little bit more research on how ineffective that is. And I'm not going to buy that thing from you from this ad
Yeah.
because I probably already bought it, and put in a little bit more effort into like my experience if you want me to actually view the ad, because as soon
Yes.
as I get an ad, headphones off and I'm going somewhere else, and then I come back
Tuned out.
later. Yeah.
It's
I
interesting though, right? Like even on TikTok, I'm scrolling through TikTok, and as soon as I slide it up and it's there, I know it's an ad. And they try so hard with the sponsored TikTok ads to make them look like regular TikToks. But
yes.
there's just something about them that you just know right away that's an ad. I just skip it immediately. As I'm skipping it, I see the sponsored thing and I'm like, "Yep, I knew it." But there's got to be a better way to get ads going. While we were talking, I actually thought about this. Skippable ads on Twitch. I
Yes.
think it's an easy sell for the Twitch streamer. The reason I think that is because in order to skip the ad, the viewer has to be looking at the stream and they have to literally interact with the stream on their phone or on the computer. And what streamer doesn't want their viewer to be more engaged? And so when an ad pops up, it's like a 5-second reminder, hey, re-engage into the stream, skip the ad, come back, and you missed 5 seconds and you're more engaged. And I think any streamer would want that. But then, like, having said it out loud, it feels a little more manipulative. But
Yeah.
that's basically all social media is. So I don't know. I just think there might be something to that. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I hate it so much, and I wish
Yeah.
that there was just something to do. But when that was happening the other night, I was just like, "Oh my god!" And then I was hyper aware of it, right? So I was going into other streams later that day, and I was like, "Oh, cool! Here's one of 6 ads. Like this is what was happening on my stream. Like awesome." It ruined this whole experience for somebody that's in my stream all the time. And did they come back to the stream the next time? Like, yes, they did. But was I still upset about it? Like, did it cause me, like, how is the platform that I am trying to work on causing me so much grief
Yeah.
just to do the thing that I want to do for that platform? I don't understand.
I swear, as Twitch streams, like, mark my words, in a year, maybe 2 years, Twitch streams are going to look like any written article you click on. You click on a freaking I don't even it's like I can't even read the thing. I don't know what's ad and what's article. It's like I'm reading and then boom, ad in my face and I can't skip it, or the little X is like opaque and you can barely see it, and I'm like left corner, right corner, and it's loud, and I'm just like, dude, I'm just trying to figure out where the hell to go in Zelda and I can't find out because these ads. And that's how Twitch streams are going to be. I'm just trying to enjoy my stream, or like, have a conversation with this streamer because he's actually talking to me out of these hundreds of people maybe, and ad. I don't know. It's really shitty.
It is. And
Straight up.
it's so bad. And one last thing, Twitch, since we're here, why are the ads 6 million decibels louder than the streamer?
Yeah.
Like, is it that much more effective to make my ears bleed towards the thing that you want me to buy? No,
Probably.
no shot,
Probably.
dude. Anything that I see in a Twitch ad, there's no freaking way I'm buying it ever.
Yeah.
Ever, never, ever.
I've bought Instagram ad items. I've bought TikTok ad items. Don't ask me why, but I've never like clicked on an ad in a Twitch stream to move forward with it. It's always annoying. Like, there's got to be maybe hire Twitch streamers and link them up with brands to create an ad, something that maybe fits with their branding. It's just, that's so much effort though, right? As a content creator, that would be awesome to be able to create my own ads.
Yes.
Like, hook me up with a computer for a weekend. I'll make an ad for you and then play that on my channel. That's a treat to my viewers. It's me with I don't know. It's with a brand, and maybe I even get a cut of something, and that's cool for my community too. They're hype on that, and I'm like doing it. I don't know. There's got to be a better way, man.
I mean, at least play relevant ads to like what's happening. Like.
Yeah.
Like what's happening on Twitch just in general, like
try to sell me on the game, play the game trailer for the game I'm playing. I don't know. Yeah.
Like, Jesus, I got an ad about like an apartment complex and a law firm. Like, are you for real right now? Like, the only reason that I would use any of these is like, I'm going to move into this new apartment to save money so I can hire this law firm so I can sue you about how many freaking ads you run all the time. It's just like,
just hire me to run you an ad for Flexi Rex, okay?
Just like the whole 30-second ad is just like shaking it, and then like
just
you cut
twerking
like
T-Rex, baby.
You
twerking
cut another
T-Rex.
camera and you're doing it over here, and you cut to another camera and it's over here. and it's actually a Nikon commercial. And
Yeah. Call
yeah,
me Ashton. Sure, man.
I just feel like there's just an easier way for them to be like, okay, this is what's relevant content for
There's
Twitch,
got some
like for a
AI
Twitch ad.
algorithm or something that can link that together. Yeah.
I don't mind watching, like, I don't mind when ads are there. Like, I realize I know what capitalism is. I understand.
The necessary evil.
But if it's so not relevant, I like, how is that helping anything? And if you are a company and you are paying to get advertised in places like this, you're the worst. I hate you and
I
everything you
just feel
stand
like
for.
ask me. Send me a survey asking
Surveys.
about hey, describe your audience to us so we can serve them better ads. That would, it's simple. That would be easy and I might even respond to that. I don't know. I might. I might
Or
not,
well,
but I might.
I've seen ad surveys in places, and I think they collect all that data and they're like, "Oh, cool, thanks for the data. Don't use it at all."
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
you literally asked me what kind of ad I wanted to see, or I'll like click and I'm like, "I don't want to see this ad. It's not relevant." And then I'll go to another website and that ad is there again, and I'm like, "Why is this
Every
button here? Why
every
do you do
stream is so
this?"
different and it's live and I feel like ads should be a little more personalized somehow. Despite
Yes.
the effort it would take, it's you're just ruining the stream. But the thing about live streams is that it's live. Once the ad's gonna happen, it's gonna go away. That's all in the past, and then you keep going because it's live. You don't skip the ad and then maybe go back 10 seconds to make sure you got all the information from the YouTube video. It's live, and so I feel like it's harder to enforce as opposed to something that's like evergreen. Maybe you can even set up in within your a YouTube video. There's a lot of YouTube videos I listen to or watch where they set up for the ad. They say, "Hey, after this ad break, we'll get back into the next section." And
Yeah.
then boom, the ad hits and they know when that's going to happen. I mean, I guess it's set up. Twitch is set up in a way where we can kind of do that.
But not easily, and it doesn't work very smoothly, in my opinion. The
Yeah.
ad manager is getting closer, but it needs like so much more work. And instead of giving me a random highlight function in the chat, fix other big problems.
Yeah.
Don't give me stupid stuff that I'm not going to use. Just hands down. Stop trying to give me resources that you think are good because you don't like you're not a streamer and you've never streamed your whole life. Just stop doing that and just ask people what they want and the tools that they need to be successful as a content creator. And trust me, they will tell you we are quite the outspoken bunch when it comes to this stuff. And I don't know if you've like popped into any streams, Twitch, but people complain about you all the time. And I'm not gonna go away. I'm not gonna switch to YouTube yet or anything crazy, but I want this to be a good place, a good platform. I like the community that Twitch has, and I want it to be good. So please
Yeah.
do good things.
This whole segment is only complaining crybaby pants because we care, because we like the platform. I really do like a lot of the really small things. Even just like the way the chat scrolls as opposed
Yeah.
to YouTube. It's just better. It's just better in
Yes.
general. And so we want it to be even better. And
Yeah.
so that's why we're a bunch of complainy pantses. Hopefully Twitch watches this and takes all our points into account. Most likely that's not going to happen. But at least we got that off of our chest. And
Yes.
and I'd say it's almost time to wrap up the episode. Tooth, do you have any final words or final thoughts on any of the topics tonight or anything that we discussed?
I think that the IRL episode was so much fun, and I was so excited to be able to like finally like be like it's sure man cool in the flesh.
Yeah.
That was really exciting, really fun. I'm happy and excited that that happened, and I can't wait for it to happen again. Um, and I can't wait for us to get into the next like phase of our content creation journey, like not only by ourselves, um, but also with Mustache Ride and where we can take this and the next steps and how much hype we're going to have moving in. Because our next episode is episode 20, which is that's a milestone.
That's a milestone right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was actually going to go the same direction. The same thing with the IRL streaming. My final word is that it was just such a pleasure to meet you and wonderful Ice Baby, your wife.
Yes.
It felt like such a privilege to be able to do that, to be able to make it out down south, to meet you and so many other people. But like we made content, and it wasn't weird, it wasn't awkward. It was like we've been best friends for a long time, and we're just getting into it.
Yeah.
And we just haven't seen each other for a bit. But no, that was the first time. One of the first seconds of our episode. First off, I almost forgot. Oh, I got to add in the video of us meeting.
Oh yeah,
because we met up to have dinner, and so Zubat and Five and I had gotten a table, and I had my camera open for about 10 minutes. And then finally they walked up, and I saw Zubat next to me, her face. She was looking behind me, and I was like, hit record, lift up the phone, and that was, you guys are going to see our actual first reaction to meeting each other. And so that's fun. I'm so excited for that episode and for next year, or hopefully sometime soon when we can meet up and make more content together IRL. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm super excited for it. It's energizing. I like it. I have to say that, like, honestly, this is the getting into streaming this podcast and just like all the content creation for all the problems or anything that we ever complain about. Like, this is the funnest thing, the funnest part. Outside of my wife segment, outside of my personal thing, this is the funnest like thing that I've ever gotten to do, and I enjoy it more than almost anything that I've ever done. So I'm excited to keep going with it.
Well, likewise, and I'm excited to reach the next milestone with episode 20. That's quite the milestone for us.
That is a milestone.
Yeah, and we'll have to see. I know we're planning on getting a guest in for the next episode, so we have to it's probably a good idea to hit up who we have in mind for to be our next guest sometime soon, and hopefully they'll say yes.
If they say no,
we'll see.
Then we'll move on and
find someone else.
Find somebody else, and they never get invited back again. And we ban them.
If they're not willing to grow a mustache for the episode.
Yeah,
like there's a lot of things that could go wrong.
That's true.
Yeah. But this has been episode 19 of the Mustache Ride podcast. Once again, I'm Sherman Cool, and my wonderful co-host here, the Dirty Tooth. It's been our pleasure to provide you with this episode tonight. Like I said, next weekend I'll be putting up episode 18 on youtube.com/Mustache Ride pod. It'll be up, and it's our IRL episode. We'll be promoting it on Twitter and in our Discords and stuff, and so look out for that. Really excited for you guys to see it. And that's it. Yeah. So I guess until next time, we'll see you guys then.
Later,
bye-bye. See you later.
And especially when we do stuff like open up like Mustache Ride pod headquarters, like we're gonna want to print stuff for that, and have printers there. Obviously,
we're gonna have full Mustache Ride Iron Man suits made out of 3D printed stuff.
That's gonna be sick. I can't wait for that.
That's gonna be sick.
Coming soon-ish.
Ishly.